Hello friends, hope everyone's doing well, and welcome to the Season 3 pilot for my Dead by Daylight series. This video is just going to be going over just the stuff I've changed, my editing style, and what you're going to be seeing from every single video that I make that is Dead by Daylight related. Think of this as like a tutorial to how my videos are going to be formatted, just what to look for, and just stuff like that, and kind of just me explaining what the purpose of my edits are. So when certain things happen on screen, people aren't questioning why it's on the screen or why I decided to show that. But before we get into that, I just want to say I want to thank everyone that has supported me throughout the year and a half that I've been doing YouTube for, whether you are a new supporter or an old supporter. I appreciate every single one of you. I can't put into words how thankful I am to have such a supportive community. It really does mean a lot. With that being said, let's jump into the first thing I want to talk about, and that is regarding the thumbnails that I do. All these images I got from Adobe stock, so if you're kind of curious where I got these images from, that's where I got them from. You do have to pay for it, so do keep that in mind. But anyway, this was the old thumbnail that I used for basically everything. Here's an example of my most recent video with the Dredge and Sadako, the difference between the original thumbnail and this one. Pretty proud of how much I've changed when it comes to making thumbnails. I think I've gotten a lot better at it. So this is changing. I did find a new image that I think I really do like a lot. This is the bare bones version of it, and then I'm going to be showing you a teaser for the first episode of Season 3, which is a Demogorgon video. So this is what that thumbnail is going to look like. But yeah, I really do like it a lot. I'm very proud of it. I'm very excited to post that video whenever I do get the chance to get it fully done. I'm about halfway done editing through it. It's 2 trials. I got the first one done, and I'm working on the second one right now. So hopefully I'll be able to get that out very soon. So that's the first topic I wanted to talk about, just to show you my process of how I make thumbnails and stuff like that. So I'm just changing up the background for the thumbnails, at least for the new season, just to keep things fresh, you know. Alrighty, moving on to the second topic. This is going to be showing the pre-trial information when it comes to what the survivors are bringing in my build. So on the left side of the screen, you're going to see all the survivors that are inside the trial, at least that are queued. So for examples, we have Kate, Yui, Sable, and another Kate. So this is just an example. So I'm going to be showing off what they're bringing as well. So as you can tell, the 2 Kates are bringing medkits and the Sable's bringing a toolbox. Granted, I don't know at that time what type of medkits they are, but I want to show some context to what the survivors are bringing. So including with the items that they're bringing, I'm also going to be showing off their add-ons as well. So say like all of them have like toolboxes, the brand new parts and stuff like that. If they get gens done super fast, you guys have some context to the reason why it's happening. So it's mostly just to help you guys out, kind of keep track of everything that's really going on, because things can get pretty confusing throughout the trial. As just an example, let's say one of the Kates used a styptic, basically making it where they cannot go down within 5 seconds. If they use a styptic in front of me and I hit them, they don't go down. You guys at least have some context to the reason why. And for veteran players, if you guys know that they have a syringe or a styptic, if you see the survivor get off the hook and then just go work on a gen and then they're just healed automatically, then you know why. And for new players, I'm hoping that you guys are able to learn about what these items do, because there's a lot of different perks, items, add-ons, stuff like that. There's a lot in the game, so my whole goal is to at least point out everything to keep everyone on track and on the same page. And on top of that, I'm going to be showing off what offerings they're bringing as well. So this doesn't really mean anything when it comes to blood points, but when it comes to map offerings is kind of really where I want to show like who's bringing what. My whole goal is to show off the whole survivor's kit, what they're bringing when it comes to items, when it comes to offerings and add-ons. When it comes to perks, I'm going to talk more about that when we get into the trial itself. And that's basically it, what I want to talk about when it comes to the survivor side of the pre-trial information. Before we continue off of the pre-trial information, I just want to talk about, I changed up the offerings, the map offerings, or all the colors for all of them, and I'm pretty happy with how they all turned out. The reason for me doing this is to add them onto the thumbnails to make them look at least a little bit better, and also just because I thought it'd be cool. Being 100% transparent, I just thought it'd be cool to do, and I like how they all turned out. I think they look cool. Let me know what you guys think about that, honestly. I'm very curious what you guys' opinions are. It doesn't change anything, but I just think it makes the videos look a lot better and the thumbnails look a lot better, but that's just my personal opinion. And I also did the same thing when it comes to the killer icons, so when it comes to Trapper, Demo, Deathslinger, Dredge, and Sadako. These are the ones I've done so far. I haven't done all of them yet. I'm kind of just, whenever I play as a killer, I'll edit those icons as well, but these are the ones I have right now. Again, I like how they turned out. I'm pretty happy with them. And also those are going to be for the pre-trial information and also the thumbnails. Alrighty, moving back onto the pre-trial information, I'm going to be talking about my build. I'm not going to be going into detail about this build at all. This is the build I've been using with Sadako recently, so this is just for an example. So let's start with the background color. The color I normally choose is depending on the map, so like RPT would be blue, Mount Ormond would be light blue, Borgo would be red, Dead Dog would be orange, Cold Wind would be yellow, mostly just how the main color palette of that map is. The reason for me doing this is just because I like to have multiple colors for the background, so at least it keeps somewhat fresh. As an example, let's say I'm playing as Trapper on the Borgo map, so that'll be like a red background, and then I'm playing as Freddy on the Macmillan, that'll be a blue background. Another thing with that is the thumbnails. I have 2 colors usually. But like I said, if I don't like how the backgrounds are, let's say like I play on 2 blue maps, I'll usually do like the killer color. So for Sadako, it'll be like a light blue, Myers would be like a white, Freddy maybe like an orange, Alien more like a purple, Demogorgon more like a dark pink. It's just colors that I think fit with that killer at that point. Alrighty, so let's talk about how the perks are set up. So how the perks set up, it starts at the top, the left, the bottom, and the right. So the top perk is Rapid Brutality, make your choices to the left, the bottom is Surge, and to the right is Friends to the End. I'll go through how all the perks work and how they work well with the killer whenever I'm talking about that in an actual video. Also how the text correlates, Rapid Brutality is on the top left, make your choices on the bottom left, Surge is on the bottom right, and then Friends to the End is on the top right. So basically read everything counterclockwise from the top. So those are the perks. I'm going to be showing off the add-ons as well. So you have Sadako with her ability. If you don't know what her ability does, you can pause the video and take a quick read. Sometimes I go into depth of how each killer's ability works, but not all the time. So if you do not know how this killer works, you can give it a quick read, and then I'll probably talk about it more during the trial. But when it comes to the add-ons, I will be talking in depth about those and how they affect the ability of the killer. And also when it comes to the icons, like I said, the new icons up in the top left, that's just something I just did because I thought it looked cool. Alrighty, and finally, I'll be showing off the whole entire build. I'm going to give a summary about how all the perks work, the add-ons, what map we're playing on, and then that's about it. And then we're going to get into the trial itself. So I'm going to be starting off the trial by showing you just a little bit of an outline of how the map actually looks, just to give you some context of what the map looks like. Most of them are just squares, to be honest with you, a couple rectangles and a couple L shapes, but it's just to help with context. So I like to show off the values of perks that I get in every single trial, and also the add-ons as well. So of course, every single trial you start off with 0 value. I call it value, but it's basically how many times I actually use the perk and add-ons. So basically whenever I use them once, I'll show an example here. Once I use the perk, the number will go up. So in this case, it's Rapid Brutality. I'm hitting Kate once, that's 1 stack, and then I hit her the second time, that's a 2nd stack. For me doing this, I just want to show how good a build or add-on can be. So let's say we get no use out of any of our perks, but add-ons worked out really well. Then we can learn, okay, the perks are maybe not good for this killer, either that or just a bad trial. The add-ons are pretty decent though. Some perks do have multiple effects, like Friends to the End here. So once I hook the Kate, we're going to get 1 value because we get to see where the survivor is, because that's what Friends to the End does. And it also has another effect to expose the survivor, meaning that they can be one-shot even if they're healthy. And I will also be showing this off as well with an exposure icon next to the survivor icon on the bottom left. And again, this is for context and to keep everyone on the same page, so they know that the survivor is exposed for this long, because sometimes the game doesn't really tell you. Some perks it does tell you, but add-ons it doesn't, so that's kind of the purpose for this. Either that or Make Your Choice activates on a survivor where there are 2 of them. Let's say Make Your Choice activates on the other Kate. I'm not going to know which one it is. So this is to help everyone keep track of what's going on. And I'm sure there are people that know what's going on every single 2 seconds, but there are people that don't, and I do want to keep everyone on the same track and to hopefully help out unexperienced players, or to remind people who do play this game a lot. The other effect I will be doing also is the Oblivious status effect, because just to say a survivor's running towards me, they have no idea where I am. It's to give you context saying, oh, they're oblivious, so they don't know where I am. That's the reason why they're just kind of like giving me a hug, essentially. Okay, moving on from that, we're going to talk about the end screen. So I'm going to be showing off all the perks again, all the add-ons, and also showing the value I got from every single one of them. On the top of the screen, I have a color code to tell you what value means what. So red is the fewest value, orange is some value, yellow is some pretty decent value, but not the greatest, green is the best value, and then blue is max. So a max value stack would be on Friends to the End, because you can only hook 11 survivors for the perk to activate. Purple would be didn't get a chance. It's very rare that that does happen, but I did have a trial where I brought Enduring, and I didn't get stunned once, so I didn't get a chance to use it. And depending on the circumstances, I'll put it in the red category or the purple. Let's say if I brought Enduring on a map that has a lot of pallets like the game, we didn't get stunned once. Still, Enduring on that map is extremely good. We just got lucky enough not to get stunned. Let's say a trial on the Blackwater Swamp, that map has very few pallets, so if we didn't get stunned once, then it was kind of a wasted perk slot, but it kind of depends on the map. You don't know what map you're going to, unless you're sending yourself to it. So, going back to the perks when it comes to survivors, if I see a survivor do something in front of me and I call out a perk, on the top left of the screen, I'll give the perk icon in the description, and on the bottom left, I will put that perk icon next to the survivor that used it. Let's say there's like 3 Kates, one of them uses Lithe, one has Balance, one has Sprint Burst, just to keep track of who's who, for you guys at least, because I'm probably going to forget during the trial itself. I'll keep those icons down there. So let's say one of them has a dead hard and I wait it out because I know that Leon has it, then yeah, I'm going to wait it. And you guys know why I sat there, stared at him for a second, because I know he has dead hard and I'm waiting for him to use it. Sometimes I'll point out perks that I don't say out loud because I'm so focused on the game. And again, the information will be on the top left and the icon will be on the bottom left. Alrighty, almost done. So now we're going to talk about the end screen itself. So this is showing off all the value I got from both trials, and I'm going to be going more in depth of how I felt about those perks during that trial. This example is taken from the previous video that I just uploaded with the Dredge and Sadako. So like I said, I'm going to go through every single perk and add-on, talk about how I felt about it, talk about how I could have done better, or how these perks could have been used better. And that's about it. It's very simple talking about it now, but when it comes to an actual video, I'll go in depth a lot of how I felt about each trial, how I felt about the perks, and what I could have done better. So that's all the killer stuff. I'm going to go really quickly over the survivor stuff because it's very simple. Same thing for everything. Showing off the beginning trial. I'm showing off what my teammates are bringing, what I'm bringing, what perks I'm bringing. I'll go in depth about that as well. What map we're playing on. And then when it comes to the killer, once we figure out what killer it is, I'll show the killer icon on the top left. If we do call out as add-ons, they'll be up there as well. I'll do the same things with the survivor perks when I'm playing as killer, but for the killer add-ons. And for the perks, if we call out a perk, it'll be on the top right. Same thing, I'll also be showing off what those perks do, or I should say the perk description. Here's an image of it. I played with my friend Aaron against the Deathslinger, and this is basically what it's going to look like. And yeah, like I said, very simple. And yeah, I think that's about it. I want to thank you so much for making it this far in the video. It really does mean a lot. I hope this video was at least entertaining, and I hope I was able to give some insight on how I think and just my thought process when it comes to editing videos. Any feedback would be much appreciated on this one. Let me know what you guys think of how I do things. If you guys have any ideas of how I can change a couple things, please also let me know as well. So the first season was 100 episodes. The second season was 50. The third season will also be 100 episodes. At least I want it to be. Unless I really think of like a major thing I'm going to be changing with my editing. Because that's the reason why I go by seasons, is because I kind of just want to be like, okay, I'm changing my editing style a lot, so I want it to be for like a fresh season. So in short, new editing style, new season. And to be honest, I didn't change my editing style too much. I just changed out a couple things. Like I made things a lot smoother, changed a couple icon colors and just similar stuff to that. My thumbnails changed. So I just want to keep things fresh, you know. Whether I succeeded in that, it's up to you guys. Again, any feedback would be much appreciated. And again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. I try to post whenever I can. And if you like the video, leave a like. Help support the channel. Check out my Instagram, link in the description. I just post updates on there whenever I'm uploading. And yeah, thanks again, everyone. Here's hoping that the next season is going to be a really good one. I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. And I hope to see all of you in the next one. Stay safe out there, friends.